In the vast expanse of existence, amidst the ebb and flow of life's currents, there exists a guiding force, an eternal presence that beckons us to trust in its divine wisdom. Today, I stand before you to speak of the transformative power of trust in God. Trust in God is not merely a passive concept, but a dynamic force that underpins every facet of our existence. It is the cornerstone upon which we build the edifice of a fulfilling life journey. When we trust in God, we surrender our worries, fears, and anxieties, knowing that we are held in the loving embrace of a higher power. In the tapestry of life, there are moments of joy and moments of sorrow, peaks of success and valleys of despair. It is during these tumultuous times that our faith in God is tested. Yet it is also during these times that we come to realize the depth of our trust and the strength it provides. Through trust in God, we find solace in the midst of chaos. When the storms of life rage around us, threatening to engulf us in their fury, it is our trust in God that anchors us, keeping us steady amidst the tempest. In the face of uncertainty, when the future seems obscured by a veil of darkness, trust in God illuminates our path, guiding us towards the light. But trust in God is not just about finding comfort in times of trouble. It is also about embracing the possibilities that lie ahead. It is about stepping out in faith, knowing that God's plans for us are far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves. It is about believing that, no matter what obstacles may come our way, God will always be there to guide us through. When we trust in God, we open ourselves up to a world of limitless possibilities. We become co-creators of our own destiny, empowered to pursue our dreams with confidence and conviction. With trust as our foundation, we can weather any storm, overcome any obstacle, and achieve any goal. Trust in God is not just a belief, it is a way of life. It is a conscious decision to place our faith in something greater than ourselves, knowing that we are never alone on this journey. So let us trust in God with all our hearts, and let us embark on this life journey with courage, hope, and unwavering faith. Faith in the divine is akin to finding an anchor in the tumultuous sea of life. It brings about a profound sense of peace that transcends the chaos and uncertainty that often characterizes our existence. When we place our trust in a higher power, we acknowledge that there is a greater purpose to our lives, a purpose that extends beyond the confines of our individual experiences. This faith grants us a sense of inner tranquility, even in the face of adversity. It is the reassurance that we are not alone, that there is a guiding hand leading us along our journey. In moments of doubt and despair, it is this faith that sustains us, providing the strength and courage to persevere. Moreover, faith in the divine imbues our lives with a sense of purpose. It instills in us a deep-seated belief that we are part of something greater than ourselves, that our actions have meaning and significance in the grand scheme of things. This sense of purpose propels us forward, inspiring us to live with intention and integrity. With faith as our compass, we navigate the complexities of life with clarity and conviction. We no longer feel adrift in a sea of uncertainty, but instead find ourselves grounded in the knowledge that we are fulfilling our divine purpose. Faith in the divine fosters a profound connection with the world around us. It awakens within us a sense of empathy and compassion, recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every living being. This connection allows us to transcend the barriers that separate us from one another, fostering a sense of unity and solidarity. Faith in the divine is not just a belief, it is a way of being. It permeates every aspect of our lives, infusing them with a sense of peace, purpose, and connection. So let us embrace this faith wholeheartedly, knowing that it has the power to transform our lives and the world around us. Belief in God's guidance serves as a beacon of hope in the midst of life's challenges, offering us strength and resilience to persevere. When we trust in God's plan for us, we are fortified with the conviction that no obstacle is insurmountable and no dream is beyond reach. In the face of adversity, this belief provides us with a sense of direction and purpose. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, that there is a divine hand guiding us through the darkness towards the light. With God as our compass, we navigate the turbulent waters of life with confidence, knowing that every setback is merely a stepping stone on the path to our ultimate destiny. Moreover, belief in God's guidance infuses our endeavors with a sense of meaning and significance. It imbues our dreams with a sense of divine purpose, inspiring us to pursue them with unwavering determination. With God's guidance, we are empowered to transcend our limitations and unlock our full potential. In times of doubt and uncertainty, this belief serves as an anchor, grounding us in the knowledge that we are on the right path. It gives us the courage to confront our fears and take bold leaps of faith towards our goals. With God by our side, we are emboldened to face whatever challenges may come our way, confident in the knowledge that we are destined for greatness. Ultimately, belief in God's guidance is not just a source of comfort, it is a source of power. It empowers us to overcome adversity, achieve our dreams, and become the best version of ourselves. So let us hold fast to this belief, knowing that with God's guidance, all things are possible. Surrendering to the divine plan is a profound act of trust and faith, a surrender that opens the floodgates of miracles in our lives. It's an acknowledgement that there is a higher intelligence at work, orchestrating the intricate dance of existence, and that by aligning ourselves with this divine flow, we invite miracles to unfold in every aspect of our being. To surrender to the divine plan is to release our grip on the illusion of control, to relinquish the ego's incessant need to micromanage every detail of our lives. It's a letting go, a surrendering of our limited perspective in favor of a higher wisdom that sees the bigger picture, that knows what is truly in our highest good. In this surrender, we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the confines of our rational minds. We step into the realm of the miraculous, where synchronicities abound, where doors open effortlessly, and where blessings flow freely. But what does it truly mean to surrender to the divine plan? It's not a passive resignation to fate, but an active participation in the unfolding of our destiny. It's a willingness to surrender our desires and attachments, our fears and doubts, and to trust that whatever unfolds is exactly what is meant to be. When we surrender in this way, miracles become not just possibilities, but certainties. It's as if the universe conspires on our behalf, orchestrating a symphony of serendipity that leads us inexorably towards our highest potential. Miracles can take many forms. They can be the seemingly small coincidences that line our path, the chance encounters that lead to profound connections, or the sudden insights that illuminate our way forward. They can be the healing of long-held wounds, the manifestation of our deepest desires, or the sudden shifts in circumstances that defy logical explanation. But perhaps the greatest miracle of all is the transformation that occurs within us when we surrender to the divine plan. It's a shift in consciousness, a deepening of awareness, a recognition of our interconnectedness with all of creation. It's a remembering of our true nature as spiritual beings having a human experience, and a reclaiming of our power as co-creators of our reality. In this state of surrender, we become vessels for the divine, channels through which miracles flow effortlessly. We no longer struggle against the current of life, but instead allow ourselves to be carried by its gentle tide. We trust that whatever challenges arise are simply opportunities for growth, and that whatever blessings come our way are gifts from the universe. But surrendering to the divine plan is not always easy. It requires a willingness to let go of the familiar, to step into the unknown, to trust in the unseen. It requires us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to release the false beliefs that hold us back, and to embrace the truth of who we really are. Yet in this surrender we find a freedom unlike any other, a freedom that comes from knowing that we are held in the loving embrace of a higher power. We find a peace that surpasses understanding, a peace that comes from knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be. So let us surrender, dear friends, to the divine plan that is unfolding in our lives. Let us release our grip on the illusion of control and trust that miracles are waiting to unfold at every turn. Let us open our hearts to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the confines of our rational minds, and let us allow ourselves to be carried by the gentle tide of divine grace. For in this surrender we will find the truest miracle of all the miracle of life, lived in alignment with our highest purpose. Trusting in God is a transformative act that liberates us from the shackles of fear and opens the door to a world of boundless possibilities. It is an invitation to relinquish our anxieties and insecurities, and to embrace the inherent goodness and abundance of the universe. When we place our trust in God, we surrender to a higher power that guides us with wisdom and love, leading us towards a life of fulfillment, purpose, and joy. Fear is a powerful force that can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in patterns of doubt and limitation. It whispers lies of inadequacy and unworthiness, convincing us that we are not capable of achieving our dreams or overcoming our challenges. But when we trust in God, we tap into a wellspring of courage and resilience that empowers us to confront our fears with confidence and grace. Trusting in God is an act of faith that requires us to surrender our need for control and certainty. It is a recognition that there is a divine intelligence at work in the universe, orchestrating the events of our lives with perfect precision and timing. When we trust in God, we release our grip on the outcomes of our actions, knowing that whatever unfolds is ultimately for our highest good. In this surrender, we find freedom from the burden of worry and anxiety. We no longer feel the need to constantly strategize and manipulate our circumstances, but instead we trust that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves. We relinquish our attachment to specific outcomes and open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the limitations of our own understanding. Trusting in God is also an act of humility that humbles us before the vastness of the divine. It is an acknowledgement that we are not the masters of our own destiny, but rather we are co-creators with God in the unfolding of our lives. When we trust in God, we recognize that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, and that our individual desires and ambitions are but small pieces of a much grander puzzle. This humility allows us to let go of our ego-driven desires and agendas, and to surrender to the divine will with grace and acceptance. We trust that God's plan for us is perfect, and that every twist and turn in our journey serves a higher purpose. We embrace the uncertainty of life with open arms, knowing that God's love and guidance will always light our way. Trusting in God is also a source of profound peace and comfort in times of adversity. When we face challenges and obstacles on our path, it is easy to succumb to feelings of despair and hopelessness. But when we trust in God, we find solace in the knowledge that we are never alone, and that God's love and support are always with us. In moments of darkness, trusting in God becomes a beacon of light that guides us through the storm. It reminds us that even in our darkest hours, God is working behind the scenes, weaving the threads of our lives into a beautiful tapestry of grace and redemption. When we trust in God, we find the strength to persevere, knowing that every trial is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Trusting in God also allows us to embrace the beauty and wonder of the present moment. When we let go of fear and anxiety, we are able to fully immerse ourselves in the richness of life, savoring each experience with gratitude and joy. We become more open to the miracles that surround us, and more attuned to the divine presence that infuses every aspect of our being. Trusting in God is not always easy, especially in a world that often seems chaotic and uncertain. It requires us to surrender our need for control and certainty, and to have faith in the unseen. But when we take that leap of faith, we discover a profound sense of peace and freedom that transcends all understanding. We realize that trusting in God is not just a choice, but a way of life, a way of living with open hearts and open minds, embracing the boundless possibilities that await us at every turn. Through faith, we embark on a journey of alignment with the infinite wisdom and love that permeate the universe. It is a journey that transcends the boundaries of the material world, leading us into the realm of the spiritual, where we become attuned to the deeper truths and mysteries of existence. At its core, faith is a profound trust in the unseen, a belief in the existence of forces and energies that lie beyond the scope of our physical senses. It is a recognition that there is a divine intelligence at work in the universe, guiding and orchestrating the unfolding of creation with infinite wisdom and love. When we cultivate faith in our lives, we open ourselves up to the limitless possibilities that lie beyond the confines of our rational minds. We relinquish our need for control and certainty, and instead we surrender to the divine flow of life, trusting that everything is happening exactly as it should. In this state of surrender, we align ourselves with the natural rhythms and cycles of the universe, flowing effortlessly with the currents of divine grace. We no longer resist the ebb and flow of life, but instead we embrace it with open hearts and open minds, knowing that every experience is a precious opportunity for growth and expansion. Through faith, we come to understand that we are not separate from the universe, but rather we are integral parts of a greater whole. We recognize that we are interconnected with all of creation, and that our thoughts, words, and actions have a ripple effect that reverberates throughout the cosmos. As we deepen our faith, we begin to perceive the interconnectedness of all things, and we develop a sense of reverence and awe for the intricate tapestry of life. We see beauty in the unfolding of each moment, and we come to appreciate the inherent wisdom and intelligence that governs the natural world. But perhaps most importantly, through faith, we open ourselves up to the boundless love that is the essence of the universe. We come to understand that love is the driving force behind all of creation, and that it is the foundation upon which the universe is built. In this state of alignment with divine love, we experience a profound sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that transcends all understanding. We realize that we are infinitely loved and supported by the universe, and that we are always held in the embrace of a higher power. Through faith, we come to understand that love is not just a fleeting emotion, but rather, it is the very fabric of our existence. It is the force that binds us together as one human family, and it is the source of all healing and transformation. As we align ourselves with the infinite wisdom and love of the universe, we begin to live our lives in harmony with the natural flow of creation. We become co-creators with the universe, actively participating in the unfolding of our own destinies with grace and intention. Through faith, we realize that we are not merely passive observers of life, but rather, we are active participants in the great cosmic dance of existence. We embrace the challenges and opportunities that come our way with courage and resilience, knowing that we are supported every step of the way. Through faith, we align ourselves with the infinite wisdom and love of the universe. We surrender to the divine flow of life, trusting that everything is happening exactly as it should. We recognize our interconnectedness with all of creation, and we open ourselves up to the boundless love that is the essence of the universe. Through faith, we come to understand that we are not separate from the universe, but rather we are integral parts of a greater whole. And through faith, we realize that we are infinitely loved and supported by the universe, and that we are always held in the embrace of a higher power. The pathway to true fulfillment is a journey of the soul, a quest for meaning and purpose that leads us into the depths of our being and beyond. It is a journey that transcends the material realm, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. And at the heart of this journey lies unwavering trust in God's providence, a trust that serves as the foundation upon which our lives are built. Trust in God's providence is not a blind faith, but rather a deep and abiding confidence in the wisdom and love that govern the universe. It is a recognition that there is a divine intelligence at work in the world, guiding and directing the course of our lives with perfect precision and care. It is a surrender to the higher power that orchestrates the symphony of creation, knowing that everything happens for a reason, and that every experience serves a greater purpose. When we trust in God's providence, we release our need for control and certainty, and instead we surrender to the flow of life with open hearts and open minds. We trust that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves, and that every twist and turn in our journey is leading us towards our highest good. In this state of trust, we find a sense of peace and contentment that transcends the ups and downs of life. We no longer feel the need to strive and struggle to make things happen, but instead we relax into the knowing that we are held in the light embrace of a higher power. We trust that God's love and guidance are always with us, guiding us along the path of our destiny with grace and ease. But trust in God's providence is not always easy, especially in the face of adversity and uncertainty. It requires a willingness to let go of our fears and insecurities, and to place our faith in something greater than ourselves. It requires us to surrender our need for control and certainty, and to trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. Yet it is in the moments of greatest challenge that our trust in God's providence is most tested. And it is in these moments that we have the opportunity to deepen our faith and grow in our understanding of the divine. It is in the darkness that we learn to trust in the light, and it is in the depths of despair that we discover the power of hope. When we trust in God's providence, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibilities. We no longer feel limited by the constraints of our own understanding, but instead we embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity. We trust that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves, and that every experience serves a greater purpose. In this state of trust, we become co-creators with the universe, actively participating in the unfolding of our own destinies with grace and intention. We trust that God's love and guidance are always with us, guiding us along the path of our destiny with grace and ease. The pathway to true fulfillment begins with unwavering trust in God's providence. It is a trust that transcends the challenges and uncertainties of life, and it is a trust that leads us into the heart of our own being, where we discover the true source of joy and contentment that lies within us all. In the labyrinth of life, moments of doubt often emerge as unexpected obstacles, casting shadows on our journey and threatening to obscure the light of hope and certainty. It is during these moments of uncertainty that the unwavering faith in God becomes not just a guiding principle, but a lifeline that anchors us amidst the stormy seas of doubt and fear. Turning to God in times of doubt is not a sign of weakness, but rather an acknowledgement of our inherent strength and resilience, a recognition that we are not alone in our struggles, and that divine support is ever present, waiting to uplift and empower us. Doubt, with its insidious whispers of inadequacy and uncertainty, has the power to erode our confidence and diminish our sense of self-worth. It creeps into the crevices of our minds, sowing seeds of fear and hesitation, and casting shadows on our ability to navigate the challenges of life with grace and courage. Yet it is precisely in these moments of doubt that the power of faith in God becomes most potent, offering us a sanctuary of peace and reassurance amidst the chaos of uncertainty. When we turn to God in moments of doubt, we are reminded of our inherent strength and resilience. Remember that we are not defined by our circumstances or our limitations, but rather by the boundless potential that resides within us, waiting to be unleashed. We recognize that doubt is not an indication of weakness, but rather an opportunity for growth and transformation, a chance to deepen our faith and strengthen our resolve. In turning to God, we find solace in the knowledge that we are not alone in our struggles. We are reminded that God's love and support are ever present, guiding us through the darkest of times with unwavering grace and compassion. We draw strength from the divine presence that resides within us, knowing that we are never separate from the source of all strength and resilience. Moreover, turning to God in moments of doubt allows us to tap into a reservoir of inner wisdom and guidance that transcends the limitations of our own understanding. We recognize that God's ways are not always our ways, and that sometimes the answers we seek may lie beyond the confines of our rational minds. In surrendering to the divine wisdom that guides us, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibilities, where miracles abound and blessings flow freely. In the embrace of God's love, doubt loses its power to hold us captive, and we are set free to embrace the fullness of our being with courage and confidence. We are reminded that we are not defined by our doubts and fears, but rather by the depth of our faith and the resilience of our spirits. We are empowered to face whatever challenges may come our way with strength and grace, knowing that we are supported by the divine presence that dwells within us. Turning to God in moments of doubt is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our courage and resilience in the face of adversity. It is an acknowledgement of our inherent human frailty, and a surrender to the infinite wisdom and love that sustains us through all trials and tribulations. It is a reminder that no matter how dark the night may seem, the dawn of hope and renewal is always waiting on the horizon, ready to illuminate our path with the radiant light of faith and grace. Trusting in God's timing is an act of surrender, a relinquishing of our need for control and certainty, and an acknowledgement that there is a divine intelligence at work in the universe, orchestrating the events of our lives with perfect precision and timing. It is a recognition that there is a greater plan at play, and that everything is happening exactly as it should, even if it doesn't always align with our own desires and expectations. When we trust in God's timing, we learn the invaluable lessons of patience and gratitude. We come to understand that everything unfolds in its own time, according to the rhythm and pace of the universe, and that our role is simply to trust in the process and remain open to the blessings that come our way. Patience is a virtue that is often in short supply in today's fast-paced world. We live in an age of instant gratification, where we are accustomed to having our desires fulfilled at the click of a button or the swipe of a screen. But when we trust in God's timing, we learn to cultivate patience as we wait for our dreams to manifest, knowing that everything happens in divine order, according to the higher plan. Trusting in God's timing teaches us to surrender our need for immediate results and instead to trust in the process of growth and transformation. We come to understand that sometimes the things we desire most take time to unfold, and that the journey towards our goals is just as important as the destination itself. We learn to embrace the waiting period as a time of preparation and refinement, knowing that every delay is simply an opportunity for us to grow in patience and resilience. Moreover, trusting in God's timing teaches us to cultivate gratitude for every blessing, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. When we trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, we are able to recognize the countless blessings that surround us each day, and to express gratitude for the abundance that flows into our lives. Gratitude is a powerful force that has the ability to transform our perception of the world around us. When we approach life with an attitude of gratitude, we are able to see the beauty and wonder in even the most mundane moments, and to appreciate the countless gifts that we have been given. We learn to find joy and fulfillment in the simple pleasures of life, and to cultivate a sense of contentment that transcends our circumstances. Trusting in God's timing also teaches us to surrender our attachment to specific outcomes and instead to trust in the wisdom of the universe. We come to understand that sometimes the things we desire most are not meant to be, and that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves. We learn to let go of our own agenda and to trust that the universe has our best interests at heart, even when things don't go according to plan. In surrendering to God's timing, we release the need to constantly strive and struggle to make things happen, and instead we learn to flow with the natural rhythms and cycles of life. We come to understand that there is a time and a season for everything, and that sometimes the best thing we can do is simply to trust and surrender to the divine flow. Trusting in God's timing is not always easy, especially in a world that values instant results and immediate gratification. It requires a willingness to let go of our own desires and expectations, and to trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. But when we surrender to God's timing, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibilities, where miracles abound and blessings flow freely. Trusting in God's timing teaches us patience and gratitude for every blessing. It is an act of surrender, a relinquishing of our need for control and certainty, and an acknowledgement that there is a divine intelligence at work in the universe. When we trust in God's timing, we learn to cultivate patience as we wait for our dreams to manifest, and to embrace gratitude for the countless blessings that flow into our lives each day. Faith in God's goodness is a radiant beacon that illuminates our path through the often tumultuous journey of life. It is a steadfast belief in the inherent benevolence of the divine, a conviction that God's love and grace infuse every aspect of our existence, guiding us towards a life of abundance and joy. When we cultivate faith in God's goodness, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibilities, where miracles abound and blessings flow freely. At its core, faith in God's goodness is an acknowledgement of the fundamental truth that we are deeply loved and cherished by the universe. It is a recognition that we are not alone in our struggles, but rather we are held in the loving embrace of a higher power that desires nothing but our highest good. It is a surrender to the divine will, a trust that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves. When we have faith in God's goodness, we are able to see the world through a lens of love and compassion. We recognize the inherent goodness in ourselves and in others, and we approach life with an open heart and an open mind. We no longer see challenges as obstacles to be overcome, but rather as opportunities for growth and transformation. We trust that God is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating the events of our lives with perfect precision and timing, and that every experience serves a greater purpose. Moreover, faith in God's goodness empowers us to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience. It gives us the strength to persevere in the face of adversity, knowing that we are supported by the unwavering love of the divine. It allows us to surrender our fears and insecurities, and to trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, even when it doesn't align with our own desires and expectations. Faith in God's goodness also teaches us to cultivate an attitude of gratitude for the countless blessings that flow into our lives each day. When we trust in the goodness of God, we are able to see the abundance that surrounds us and to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around us. We no longer take our blessings for granted, but rather we approach each day with a sense of awe and wonder, knowing that every moment is a precious gift from the universe. In the embrace of God's goodness, we find a sense of peace and contentment that transcends the ups and downs of life. We are no longer driven by the pursuit of external validation or material success, but rather we find fulfillment in the simple joys of life, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of a blooming flower. We learn to savor each moment with gratitude and appreciation, knowing that every experience is a reflection of God's love and grace. But perhaps most importantly, faith in God's goodness leads us to a life of joy and abundance. When we trust in the inherent goodness of the universe, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibilities, where miracles abound and blessings flow freely. We no longer live in fear of scarcity or lack, but rather we approach life with a sense of abundance and generosity, knowing that there is more than enough to go around. In the light of God's goodness, we are able to release the need to constantly strive and struggle to make things happen, and instead we learn to trust in the divine flow of life. We surrender our own agendas and desires, and we allow ourselves to be guided by the wisdom and love of the universe. We trust that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could ever imagine for ourselves, and that every twist and turn in our journey is leading us towards our highest good. Ultimately, faith in God's goodness illuminates our path and leads us to a life of abundance and joy. It is a guiding light that shines brightly in the darkness, leading us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. It is a source of strength and resilience that empowers us to navigate the challenges of life with grace and ease. And it is a wellspring of love and compassion that fills our hearts with gratitude and joy, reminding us that we are deeply loved and cherished by the universe. In conclusion, trust in God is not merely a belief, but a transformative force that shapes the very fabric of our lives. It is a beacon of hope that illuminates our path through the darkness, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. It is a source of strength and resilience that empowers us to navigate the challenges of life with grace and ease. And it is a wellspring of love and compassion that fills our hearts with gratitude and joy, reminding us that we are deeply loved and cherished by the universe. As we journey through life, let us hold fast to the trust in God that sustains us, knowing that we are never alone on this path. Let us surrender our fears and insecurities and trust in the inherent goodness of the universe. Let us embrace the divine flow of life with open hearts and open minds, knowing that every experience is a precious gift from the universe. In the end, trust in God is the cornerstone upon which we build the edifice of a fulfilling life journey. It is the foundation upon which we cultivate patience, gratitude, and joy. And it is the guiding light that leads us towards a life of abundance and purpose. So let us trust in God with all our hearts, and let us embark on this life journey with courage, hope, and unwavering faith. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about a universal truth you are being tested. Life's challenges are not random occurrences, they are deliberate opportunities designed to awaken your inner strength and potential. Recognize that every challenge you face is a test of your inner beliefs and assumptions. These tests are meant to reveal your true state of mind and spirit. It is crucial to understand that these tests are not meant to defeat you, but to bring out the best in you. They are carefully crafted by the circumstances of your life, by the higher intelligence that governs our existence, to push you towards growth and realization. When you face difficulties, it is easy to succumb to the belief that life is unfair or that you are being unjustly burdened. However, these moments are when you must step back and recognize the deeper purpose behind the challenge. It is a call to delve into your inner resources, to discover strengths and capabilities you may not have realized you possess. Each test is an invitation to expand your consciousness and to elevate your understanding of who you are and what you are capable of achieving. In recognizing the test, you begin to see that it is not the external situation that matters most, but your internal response to it. The test is not in the event itself, but in your perception of it and the meaning you assign to it. By shifting your perspective, you transform the nature of the test from a potential setback to a powerful opportunity for growth. This recognition requires a deep level of self-awareness and honesty. You must look within and ask yourself what beliefs and assumptions are being challenged by this situation. Are there limiting thoughts you need to release? Are there new, empowering beliefs you need to adopt? The answers to these questions will guide you in navigating the test and emerging stronger on the other side. Furthermore, recognizing the test allows you to take a proactive stance. Instead of reacting with fear or frustration, you can approach the situation with curiosity and determination. What is this test teaching you? What lessons can you learn from it? How can you use this experience to become a better version of yourself? These questions shift your focus from the problem to the solution, from the challenge to the growth opportunity it presents. In this way, recognizing the test transforms your experience. It empowers you to take control of your narrative and to write your story from a place of strength and wisdom. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as an active participant in your journey of personal evolution. This shift in perception is the first and most crucial step in overcoming any test life presents to you. Imagination is a powerful tool that shapes our reality. When faced with challenges, it is essential to use your imagination to see beyond the immediate difficulties and envision a positive outcome. This creative faculty is not just a means of escape, but a practical tool for transformation. By vividly imagining your desired outcome, you begin to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision. Your subconscious mind, which does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences, starts to accept this vision as reality. This process activates your creative faculties and sets in motion the events and circumstances that will bring your imagined outcome into being. Moreover, imagination allows you to experiment with different scenarios and solutions in a safe, mental environment. It provides a space where you can rehearse your responses to various situations, refining your approach and boosting your confidence. This mental rehearsal prepares you to handle real-life challenges with greater ease and effectiveness. When you consistently imagine yourself overcoming a test, you cultivate a mindset of resilience and determination. This mindset is crucial because it influences your behavior and decisions. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the challenge, you start to see opportunities and possibilities. Your imaginative power gives you the strength to persist and the creativity to find solutions. Imagination is the key to transforming your perception and ultimately your reality. By harnessing this tool, you can navigate life's tests with a sense of purpose and optimism, knowing that your inner vision has the power to shape your external world. The assumption of success is a profound principle that asserts the importance of embodying the feeling and belief of having already achieved your desired outcome, even before it materializes in your external reality. This principle is a cornerstone for transforming your challenges into victories and navigating life's tests with unwavering confidence. When you assume success, you create a mental and emotional state that aligns with the outcome you seek. This alignment is crucial because it activates the subconscious mind, which plays a significant role in manifesting your desires. The subconscious mind does not discern between actual experiences and vividly imagine ones it accepts as true what you consistently and convincingly impress upon it. By assuming the feeling of success, you program your subconscious to attract and create circumstances that reflect this belief. Assuming success involves more than mere positive thinking. It requires a deep, visceral belief that your desired outcome is already a reality. This means feeling the emotions associated with your success, such as joy, gratitude, relief, and confidence, as if your goal has already been achieved. This emotional engagement is powerful because it reinforces the belief in your subconscious mind, making it more likely that your external actions and decisions will align with this belief. Practically, assuming success can influence your behavior in significant ways. When you truly believe in your success, you approach challenges with a proactive and solution-oriented mindset. You are more likely to take bold actions, make confident decisions, and persist through difficulties because you operate from a place of certainty and assurance. This proactive stance increases your chances of actualizing your desired outcome because it fosters a resilient and resourceful attitude. Furthermore, the assumption of success impacts how others perceive and interact with you. People are naturally drawn to confidence and self-assurance. When you exude these qualities, you inspire trust and cooperation from those around you. This can lead to increased support, opportunities, and positive interactions, all of which contribute to the realization of your goals. It is also important to recognize that the assumption of success is not about ignoring reality or denying the presence of challenges. Instead, it is about maintaining a steadfast belief in your ability to succeed despite these challenges. It is about holding on to the vision of your desired outcome and allowing that vision to guide your thoughts, emotions, and actions. To practice the assumption of success, start by clearly defining your goal. Visualize yourself having already achieved this goal and immerse yourself in the emotions associated with it. Regularly reinforce this vision through mental imagery, affirmations, and feeling the reality of your success. Over time, this practice will strengthen your belief in your ability to achieve your goals, transforming your inner state and influencing your external reality. The assumption of success is a powerful principle that leverages the creative power of your subconscious mind to manifest your desires. By embodying the feeling of having already achieved your goal, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with success. This alignment not only enhances your ability to overcome challenges, but also attracts positive circumstances and support from others. Embrace this principle and watch as it transforms your approach to life's tests, leading you towards your envisioned success. Inner dialogue, the constant stream of thoughts and conversations we have with ourselves, plays a critical role in shaping our beliefs, attitudes, and ultimately our reality. This ongoing mental chatter influences how we perceive and respond to life's tests, making it a powerful tool for overcoming challenges and achieving success. The nature of your inner dialogue determines the quality of your life experience. Positive and constructive inner dialogue can empower you, instilling confidence and resilience, while negative and self-defeating inner dialogue can undermine your efforts and lead to feelings of helplessness and despair. Therefore, it is essential to become aware of and consciously shape your inner dialogue to align with your desired outcomes. Your inner dialogue acts as a feedback loop that reinforces your beliefs and perceptions. For example, if you constantly tell yourself that you are capable and strong, you begin to internalize these beliefs, which then manifest in your actions and behavior. Conversely, if your inner dialogue is filled with doubt and self-criticism, you reinforce a sense of inadequacy, which can hinder your ability to face and overcome challenges. To harness the power of inner dialogue, start by observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice the patterns and themes that dominate your mental conversations. Are they supportive and encouraging, or critical and discouraging? This awareness is the first step in transforming your inner dialogue. Once you become aware of your inner dialogue, you can begin to consciously direct it towards positivity and empowerment. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations that reflect your desired state. For example, instead of thinking, "I can't handle this," shift to, "I am capable and equipped to deal with this situation." This deliberate shift in language and focus helps to reprogram your subconscious mind, fostering a mindset of confidence and possibility. It is also beneficial to practice self-compassion in your inner dialogue. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend facing a challenge. Acknowledge your efforts, celebrate your progress, and forgive your mistakes. This compassionate approach nurtures a supportive inner environment, boosting your resilience and motivation. Moreover, inner dialogue can be used as a tool for visualization and goal-setting. Engage in mental conversations where you see yourself achieving your goals and overcoming obstacles. Describe these scenarios in detail, using vivid imagery and positive emotions. This practice not only strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed, but also prepares your mind to recognize and seize opportunities that align with your goals. Consistent and positive inner dialogue creates a foundation of self-belief and optimism. It shifts your focus from problems to solutions, from limitations to possibilities. This mental shift is crucial when navigating life's tests, as it equips you with the mindset needed to face challenges head-on and turn them into opportunities for growth. Inner dialogue is a powerful tool that shapes your perception and experience of reality. By becoming aware of and consciously directing your inner conversations, you can cultivate a mindset that supports your goals and enhances your ability to overcome challenges. Embrace the power of positive inner dialogue, and let it guide you towards a life of confidence, resilience, and success. Faith beyond sight is the profound ability to believe in the realization of your goals and desires, even when there is no immediate evidence to support them. It is the unwavering trust in your vision and the conviction that what you imagine and feel deeply will eventually manifest in your reality. This kind of faith is essential when facing life's tests because it provides the inner strength and assurance needed to persevere through uncertainty and adversity. When you cultivate faith beyond sight, you learn to rely on your inner vision rather than external circumstances. This means that regardless of the current situation, you maintain a steadfast belief in the outcome you desire. This faith acts as an anchor, keeping you grounded and focused amidst the storms of doubt and challenge. It allows you to transcend temporary setbacks and remain aligned with your ultimate goal. Faith beyond sight requires a deep connection with your inner self and a trust in the process of life. It involves letting go of the need for immediate validation and instead embracing the journey with patience and confidence. This kind of faith is not passive but active and dynamic. It motivates you to take inspired action, knowing that each step brings you closer to your desired outcome, even if the path is not always clear. One of the key aspects of faith beyond sight is the ability to envision your success vividly and emotionally. By creating a detailed mental image of your desired outcome and feeling the emotions associated with it, you reinforce your belief in its eventual realization. This practice of visualization strengthens your faith and makes your goal feel more tangible and attainable, despite current appearances. Faith beyond sight also involves a sense of detachment from the how and when of your goal's manifestation. It is about trusting that the universe, or the higher intelligence that orchestrates life, is working in your favor, even if you cannot see the immediate results. This trust allows you to stay focused on your vision without getting bogged down by doubts and fears about the process. It empowers you to take risks and embrace opportunities that align with your goals, even if they seem uncertain or unconventional. Moreover, faith beyond sight encourages resilience and adaptability. When faced with obstacles, this faith helps you see them as temporary and surmountable, rather than permanent barriers. It fuels your determination to find creative solutions and persist in the face of adversity. This resilience is crucial because it keeps you moving forward, maintaining momentum toward your desired outcome. Cultivating faith beyond sight also involves surrounding yourself with positive influences and supportive environments. Engaging with people who believe in you and your vision can reinforce your faith and provide encouragement during challenging times. Additionally, immersing yourself in uplifting and motivational content can help sustain your belief and keep your focus on your goals. Faith beyond sight is a powerful force that enables you to navigate life's tests with confidence and optimism. It empowers you to trust in your inner vision and remain committed to your goals, regardless of external circumstances. By maintaining this unwavering faith, you can transform challenges into stepping stones and manifest the reality you desire. Revising past tests involves the transformative practice of reinterpreting and reshaping our perception of past events or challenges. Rather than viewing these experiences as fixed and unchangeable, we recognize them as opportunities for growth and learning. Through the process of revision, we alter the meaning and significance of these events in our minds, ultimately shifting our perspective and empowering ourselves to create a more positive and empowering narrative. At its core, revising past tests is about reclaiming our power over our own stories. It is an acknowledgement that our interpretations of past events are not set in stone, but are instead subject to revision and reinterpretation. By revisiting these experiences with a fresh perspective, we gain new insights and understanding that can lead to healing and transformation. One of the key aspects of revising past tests is the recognition that our interpretations of events are often influenced by our beliefs and perceptions at the time. What may have seemed like a failure or setback in the past can be reframed as a valuable learning experience or stepping stone towards growth. By revisiting these events with a more mature and evolved perspective, we can extract valuable lessons and wisdom that were not apparent to us at the time. Moreover, revising past tests allows us to release any lingering negative emotions or attachments associated with these events. By reframing them in a more positive light, we free ourselves from the burden of resentment, regret, or guilt, and create space for forgiveness, acceptance, and self-love. This process of emotional healing is essential for moving forward with clarity and confidence. Additionally, revising past tests involves actively engaging with our imagination and creative faculties. Rather than simply replaying past events in our minds, we actively imagine alternative outcomes and scenarios that reflect our desired reality. This imaginative process allows us to experiment with different possibilities and perspectives, ultimately empowering us to create a more empowering narrative of our past experiences. Furthermore, revising past tests can have profound effects on our present and future experiences. By changing our interpretation of past events, we alter the beliefs and assumptions that shape our current reality. This shift in perception can lead to increased confidence, resilience, and self-efficacy, as we come to see ourselves as capable of overcoming challenges and achieving our goals. Revising past tests is a powerful practice that involves reinterpreting and reshaping our perception of past events or challenges. By reclaiming our power over our own stories, releasing negative emotions and attachments, and actively engaging with our imagination, we can transform our past experiences into sources of strength and wisdom. Through this process, we empower ourselves to create a more positive and empowering narrative of our lives, one that reflects our inherent worth and potential for growth and transformation. Living in the fulfillment is a profound practice that involves embodying the feelings and emotions associated with having already achieved our desired goals and aspirations. It goes beyond mere wishful thinking or visualization. It requires us to fully immerse ourselves in the experience of our desired reality, as if it were already manifest. At its core, living in the fulfillment is about aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality we wish to create. It is based on the principle that our outer world is a reflection of our inner state, and by cultivating the feelings of fulfillment and abundance within ourselves, we attract corresponding experiences into our lives. One of the key aspects of living in the fulfillment is the practice of gratitude. When we live as if our desires have already been fulfilled, we naturally feel grateful for the blessings and abundance that surround us. This attitude of gratitude not only enhances our sense of well-being and contentment, but also amplifies our ability to attract more blessings into our lives. Moreover, living in the fulfillment requires us to let go of attachment to specific outcomes and trust in the unfolding of life's journey. It is about surrendering to the flow of life and allowing ourselves to be guided by intuition and inner wisdom. This state of surrender does not imply passivity or resignation, but rather a deep sense of trust in the inherent intelligence of the universe and our own innate potential. Living in the fulfillment also involves aligning our actions with our desired reality. It is not enough to simply feel the emotions associated with our goals. We must also take inspired action towards their realization. This may involve setting clear intentions, making conscious choices, and stepping outside our comfort zones to pursue our dreams with courage and determination. Living in the fulfillment requires us to cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility. Instead of dwelling on scarcity and lack, we focus on the infinite opportunities and resources available to us. This shift in perspective opens us up to new possibilities and expands our capacity to manifest our desires. Living in the fulfillment involves surrounding ourselves with people and environments that support our vision and goals. By cultivating positive relationships and nurturing supportive communities, we create a fertile ground for our dreams to flourish and thrive. Living in the fulfillment is a transformative practice that empowers us to create the reality we desire. By embodying the feelings of fulfillment and abundance, cultivating gratitude, trusting in the flow of life, aligning our actions with our intentions, and fostering a mindset of possibility, we open ourselves up to a life of joy, purpose, and fulfillment. It is not merely about achieving our goals, but about living each moment with a deep sense of presence and appreciation for the richness of life's experiences. Persistence amid adversity is the unwavering commitment to continue pursuing our goals and dreams, even in the face of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. It is the resilience to persevere through difficult times, maintain our focus, and stay true to our vision, regardless of external circumstances. At its core, persistence amid adversity is a mindset, a deeply held belief in the value and importance of our goals, and the determination to see them through to fruition. It requires us to cultivate a strong sense of purpose and determination, recognizing that the path to success is rarely linear and often fraught with challenges. One of the key aspects of persistence amid adversity is the ability to maintain a positive attitude and outlook, even when things are not going according to plan. Instead of dwelling on setbacks or failures, we use them as opportunities for growth and learning. We understand that failure is not a reflection of our worth or abilities, but a natural part of the journey towards success. Moreover, persistence amid adversity involves the willingness to adapt and innovate in the face of obstacles. Rather than being discouraged by challenges, we use them as catalysts for creativity and innovation, exploring new approaches and strategies to overcome them. This flexibility and adaptability are essential for navigating the ever-changing landscape of life's challenges. It requires us to draw upon our inner reserves of strength and resilience. It is about digging deep and finding the courage and determination to keep going, even when we feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. This inner strength comes from a deep sense of self-belief and confidence in our ability to overcome whatever obstacles may come our way. Persistence often involves seeking support and guidance from others. Whether it be friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, having a strong support network can provide encouragement, motivation, and perspective during difficult times. It is important to remember that we do not have to face challenges alone, and that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Persistence amid adversity is a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and perseverance. It is about staying the course, even when the journey becomes difficult or uncertain. By maintaining a positive attitude, being willing to adapt, drawing upon our inner strength, and seeking support when needed, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve our goals. Ultimately, it is our ability to persist in the face of adversity that separates those who succeed from those who do not. Self-reflection and growth are essential practices for personal development and fulfillment. They involve taking the time to examine our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors with honesty and openness in order to gain insight into ourselves and our experiences. Through self-reflection, we become more aware of our strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement, and we use this awareness as a catalyst for growth and positive change. One of the key aspects of self-reflection and growth is the willingness to look inward with curiosity and compassion. Instead of judging ourselves harshly for our perceived shortcomings or mistakes, we approach our inner exploration with an attitude of acceptance and understanding. We recognize that self-awareness is a journey, and that every insight gained, no matter how small, brings us closer to self-realization and fulfillment. Moreover, self-reflection and growth involve cultivating a growth mindset, a belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and experience. This mindset empowers us to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. It encourages us to embrace new experiences, take risks, and step outside our comfort zones in pursuit of personal and professional development. It requires us to set aside dedicated time and space for introspection. This may involve journaling, meditation, or engaging in meaningful conversations with trusted friends or mentors. By carving out moments of quiet reflection in our busy lives, we create the space for deeper self-awareness and insight to emerge. It also often involves seeking feedback from others. Constructive feedback can provide valuable insights into our blind spots and areas for improvement, helping us to see ourselves more clearly and identify opportunities for growth. It is important to approach feedback with an open mind and a willingness to listen, rather than becoming defensive or dismissive. Self-reflection and growth require us to take intentional action towards our personal and professional goals. This may involve setting specific, achievable objectives, breaking them down into smaller steps, and holding ourselves accountable for making progress. By taking consistent action towards our goals, we not only cultivate a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment, but also continue to evolve and grow as individuals. Self-reflection and growth are lifelong practices that empower us to live with greater purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment. By cultivating self-awareness, embracing a growth mindset, seeking feedback, and taking intentional action towards our goals, we unlock our full potential and become the best version of ourselves. Through self-reflection and growth, we not only transform ourselves, but also create a positive ripple effect that extends to those around us, inspiring others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Transformation through trials is a profound process of growth and evolution that occurs when we face challenges, difficulties, and adversity in life. Instead of being overwhelmed or defeated by these trials, we use them as opportunities for self-discovery, learning, and personal transformation. Through the process of navigating and overcoming trials, we emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient individuals, capable of facing whatever life may bring with courage and grace. One of the key aspects of transformation through trials is the recognition that challenges are not obstacles to our growth, but rather catalysts for it. When we encounter trials, we are forced to confront our limitations, beliefs, and fears, and to question the assumptions and patterns that no longer serve us. This process of introspection and self-examination allows us to gain deeper insight into ourselves and our lives, and to identify areas for growth and change. Moreover, transformation through trials involves embracing discomfort and uncertainty as necessary ingredients for growth. Instead of resisting or avoiding difficult experiences, we lean into them with curiosity and openness, trusting that they hold valuable lessons and opportunities for transformation. This willingness to embrace discomfort allows us to expand our comfort zones, develop greater resilience, and cultivate a sense of inner strength and resourcefulness. Transformation through trials often requires us to cultivate a mindset of resilience and perseverance. Instead of giving in to despair or hopelessness in the face of adversity, we choose to adopt a positive outlook and to keep moving forward, one step at a time. This resilience allows us to bounce back from setbacks, overcome obstacles, and continue to progress towards our goals, despite the challenges we may encounter along the way. Transformation through trials involves seeking support and guidance from others, whether it be friends, family, mentors, or therapists. Having a strong support network can provide encouragement, perspective, and wisdom during difficult times. By reaching out for help when we need it, we not only lighten our burden, but also strengthen our connections with others and deepen our sense of community and belonging. It requires us to practice self-compassion and self-care. Instead of being self-critical or judgmental when things go wrong, we treat ourselves with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. We recognize that we are only human, and that making mistakes and experiencing setbacks are natural and inevitable parts of the human experience. By practicing self-compassion, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and acceptance that allows us to navigate trials with greater ease and resilience. Transformation through trials is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and empowerment. By embracing challenges as opportunities for learning and transformation, cultivating resilience and perseverance, seeking support and guidance from others, and practicing self-compassion and self-care, we can emerge from trials stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Through the process of transformation, we not only heal and grow individually, but also contribute to the collective evolution of humanity, inspiring others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and personal growth. In conclusion, as we reflect on the profound principles we have explored today, recognizing tests, using imagination as a tool, assuming success, engaging in positive inner dialogue, having faith beyond sight, revising past tests, living in the fulfillment, persisting amid adversity, engaging in self-reflection and growth, and undergoing transformation through trials, we are reminded of the immense power we hold within ourselves to shape our reality and create the lives we desire. Each of these principles offers us a unique pathway to personal empowerment and transformation. They invite us to step into our true potential, to embrace our inherent creativity, resilience, and wisdom, and to live our lives with purpose, passion, and authenticity. As we navigate the ups and downs of life's journey, may we remember the lessons we have learned today and draw upon them as sources of strength and inspiration. May we approach every challenge as an opportunity for growth, every setback as a stepping stone to success, and every moment as a precious gift to be cherished and savored. Let us cultivate gratitude for the abundance that surrounds us, courage to pursue our dreams, and compassion for ourselves and others along the way. And may we never forget that within each of us lies the power to create the life we envision, one filled with joy, fulfillment, and meaning. As we move forward on our individual paths of growth and transformation, may we continue to support and uplift one another, recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our collective journey towards self-realization is enriched by the contributions of each and every one of us. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. Thank you. Rilu.